Well, hello there. Well, hi everybody once again. We've got, hey, it's finale time, right? One last episode of The Mandalorian. And yeah, I went ahead and saw it at midnight myself, or as close to midnight as I could. As anybody who was there on that, trying to watch Mandalorian last night probably ran into the same problems with getting in right at first. I guess there were so many of us watching it that we were actually slowing down the server. I think it was probably like the fifth time that I tried going back into it before it actually went ahead and worked. Dang. So that took a bit. Oh, yeah, you're lucky, Hobie. Certainly didn't start right away for me. It's like, yeah, we were waiting a little bit. Frustrated. I had to check out, just in case it was actually us, I went and played something else, and no, that worked, and then came back, and it's like, yeah. Heck, I even ran a speed test on the computer just to be sure, but yeah. And yeah, Sport 10. What a finale indeed. What a finale. Let's see. Oh, before I do start in, I'll give a shout out, because I want to make sure to go ahead and do that and not forget to do it. But shout out to my recent patrons from last week who went ahead and joined. So that would be Dramsim, Certain Point of View, and oh geez, my name's off the top of my head, Allison Wallace. Forgive me for that. I've said it a few times this week, so it's kind of in my head a little bit there as to just saying those three right off. But anyway, so thank you so much, for everything you do and helping me out that way. And hey, my patrons have actually picked a video you guys have probably all gotten the notification, because one of the things I'll be doing each month is a live stream of a movie of some sort, watch party kind of thing. So obviously pull up your own copy, because I'm not going to go ahead and try to get a copyright strike over it. But but anyway, it'll be a Christmas themed thing, and we'll be doing it Sunday. So that'll be Prep and Landing, which I've never seen it. So we'll see. We'll see. So that should be fun. Non-Star Wars related news right there. Yes, most definitely I did spot the post-credit scene. Most definitely. Most definitely. Oh, and by the way, on an interesting, different note, everyone. So we do know that the upcoming Disney Gallery, The Mandalorian, we found out that that's actually going to be airing starting next Friday. So, Christmas Day and then New Year's Day for the first couple, but a little messy. What can you do on that, though, right? But hey, that's coming up soon, and oh, I loved season 1 of Disney Gallery, The Mandalorian. I can't wait till they go behind everything we just saw. So, I'll definitely be doing videos on that. Maybe live streams. Maybe I'll put them onto Sundays or something, though, because I don't think, well, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe all of you are like, yes, do one on Christmas morning at midnight and do one on New Year's Day right as soon as it turns midnight, but I'm going to bet that's probably not the case. Yes. I did see an image shared of George being on the set, so yes. I said with Baby Yoda on that one. Or sorry, Grogu. With Grogu on that one. Yeah, fantastic way to end the season. So yeah. Cool. Okay. So, without further ado, let's get ready to launch into this, shall we? So, if you're new here, let me say welcome to Freeform Disney, but I'll have a timer up over my head so you can go ahead and sync up with me as I'm watching the episode, so you're watching it at the same time in case you're watching it later or you come in late. Of course, if you come in late, I don't know if you'll hear this, but hey. Hopefully the timer will be clear. Okay, so let us get rolling. So here we go. See, one interesting thing, I don't actually watch these recaps when I actually go see it, so in a way, you do get something new even here, in a matter of speaking. And I try to avoid these because of all the spoilers I can get out of the recaps. A chance. Oh man, that was that hit when that happened right there. The much hyped Dark Troopers. See, I still don't see Gideon as being scared of him there. I don't think he's scared of Din. Let's see. Notice for the dialogue in the intro thing that Manda says, it means more to me, but in the episode, he means more to me. Yes, I heard someone comment on that too, too, right there. It's like, just those little pieces that show you that character development and the ties between people. Very nice. And this, what an action opening right off the bat. And you're just going, wow, that was fast. That's what I was thinking. Actually, get to see Slave 1 in action here, too. More so than we've seen him before, really. I don't see just taking I don't see just taking out the tie at the end of the other episodes really being in action, but this is definitely more so. Nice. That's how you end a fight quick. Where is it I recognize him from, by the way? I didn't look it up. I probably should have, but recognized him, yeah, if I want to say last night, but it's really, 12 hours ago? Nice. Just gotta imagine Dr. Pershing's first thought going through his head on seeing Din. Yeah. This. Going at the Alderaan thing, too. It's like, but see, if you notice the blaster he's holding, he starts not pointing it at Pershing as much. Just starts turning away. See? You can see, you can take the shot because it's not pointed there anymore. It's like he got too distracted and gloating and holding it up over her head right there. It's like, dang, man. But, by the way, I think that is the first in canon, I could be wrong, maybe there's a canon reference somewhere. Certainly, as far as anything video, the rescue. But the first video reference within Star Wars to everyone who actually died on the Death Stars. Which, yeah. We've certainly talked about it before, in different forums, but it's a lot of people right there. Of course, it pales in comparison to what the Death Stars were designed to do. So, yeah. Oh, and this, as soon as you see that ship right there, it's like, oh, I was quite wrong. I guess we will be seeing Bo-Katan again, huh? I said, I missed some guesses as to what was going to happen here in this finale and how we were going to end this season. That's for sure. Hmm. He's so cool. And by the way, I find it intriguing how we only have the two this time, not all three that we had last time. But again, if we want to think about the number of people that Bo-Katan has under her command at this point, doing all kinds of work right now. Just that little line, a barb at Boba right off the bat. And Din. Love that. Yeah, sidekick to Din. I love the tension in this scene. Damn, I love this. You just want this fight between Bo-Katan and Boba Fett later somewhere, right? Oh, how cool that would be. No bars, whole, complete fight between the two. Not these two. I mean, we can make our guesses on which way that would go. Dominic, yeah. But would you respect the clones if you were them? Considering everything? Essentially, the clones were programmed and used to betray everything they supposedly stood for at that point. And, yeah. Except, a certain Beskar spear. Yes, starting to have a lot of ships for Mandalore. It's going to be fun when we get to there. Definitely will be. I'm going to enjoy that. Even that line right there and the way he says it. Just that it's so much there. That's all that really matters to him now. I mean, that is so far from the Din you had way back in chapter 1. Phase 3 Dark Troopers. Although, really, they're not quite Phase 3 because back in the other Dark Troopers, I think Phase 2 were also droid. Phase 1 were not. And Phase 3, actually, back in the video games, were made to be able to actually be a suit, actually, potentially again. Unless I'm mistaken. So, obviously, the phases and generations don't quite match up, it doesn't seem, between the two. My impression is that these are not quite as strong or advanced as a Phase 3 Dark Trooper in the video games. That's about my impression on the matter. Man, such a fast paced episode when you're already up here like this. like, nah, this is an episode that grabs you and it just does not let go because it's go, go, go all the way through. It's like, yo. By the way, what happens to Dr. Pershing after this? Because we don't see him anywhere. Did Boba just put him into cold storage and sit him in there? Good point. Maybe he end? I don't think Pershing's dead. I'm going to bet against that one. Again, he's too valuable as we established. So he's either being held somewhere else by someone that we didn't see, or, yeah, cold storage. It's interesting actually having a stormtroopers up here on the bridge this time. Not used to seeing them in the background. Yeah, yeah. Saving for interrogation next season or Rangers of the New Republic. Yeah, that'd be my guess too. Yeah, there's Jail Area in Slave 1. That's true. Same person to someone else so they can be freed. Yeah, yeah, I could see that. That could be interesting. Yes, as a certain someone else we won't mention until later, just in case. But man, if you are over here on command of the cruiser here, you're going, dang it. Oh, it's got to be frustrating as hell right there if you're them. Because at this point, you don't know that it's anything untoward. It certainly could be legit. I just love everybody's tense looks as they're waiting to see what happens here. Yes, I had that thought too. I was like, you might have had somebody other than Bo-Katan speak right there. I mean, this is Bo-Katan. Gideon probably knows that voice. So we'll just pretend it was, modified by the actual computer as it was sent over or something. Yeah, exactly. Have Koska speak. That's cool, by the way. I love that. Lassoing him and then just using the jetpack to move forward. It's like, oh man, so cool. It's like, dang. If you want a strike squad, I mean, look at that group. Dang, I would not want to be opposed to them. That is one hell of an elite group of people. Wow. Hello there, geek girl. Got another. Got a good few of us here. Looks like at least 7, 8 of us in right now. The utter destruction left by that group. And the music. I mean, back to that Western kind of feel going on right there. Such a good move on the two of them. When you got the jetpacks, right? Love this. Oh, what a great pincer move, just pop him right up. The interesting thing is when you have Beskar armor like that, you can actually legitimately create a crossfire between the two of you, which is all the more fun, right? Ah, well, hello there, Matthew. And hello there to everyone else that I might not have said hello directly to. Yeah, this is what I'd be shooting if I was a stormtrooper. Yeah, yeah. Man, these dark troopers that have just been built up for so long as since we've known that they existed. Man, it's so cool watching this group. Watching Fennec Shand right here, who, by the way, we do know that Ming Na Wen will be actually voicing Fennec Shand over in Bad Batch, so that's cool. I said she actually went ahead and confirmed it, so very nice, very nice. These nameless stormtroopers. Yeah, exactly, Sportan. Seeing her beginnings. I mean, we're talking going back decades right there. I mean, there's lots of time to go ahead and really show Fennec Shand, show why she's so renowned in the in the galaxy right there. So yeah. Oh yeah. Me too, good girl. Love the way they use the Dark Troopers. I mean, that is your ticking clock right here, and you're utterly, yeah, dang, such a big threat. These stormtroopers. By the way, your gun jammed? Dang, man. At least have a backup, maybe? And then you're like, no, not the door opening. It's like, oh, man. You love that he's able to run in front of them. At least they're not just straight out shooting right there. Jeez. And this was the thing, is how long is that door going to really hold a bunch of dark troopers anyway, right? Jeez. Oh, just watching this and you're going, dang. I mean, you're just watching this and it's like, damn. And then here they are starting to bust through the windows. It's like, damn. And it's also kind of one of those legitimately worrying a bit for Din's sake. I mean, it is a finale, so there could be legit consequences there. And when he's getting his head punched into the wall the way he was there, dang. Ush. Without the full Beskar armor? Psh. Oh, Din would not have lasted anywhere near as long, let's be frank. That's cool. And lucky as hell. Let's be frank, Din got lucky to beat that Dark Trooper. But anyway, no, Din would not have lasted long without the full Beskar armor. I'm sorry, he's not Boba Fett or Bo Katan. He's just not got that kind of skills going on. Get to have her have a moment with her blaster actually working now. So fast. The one spot that Gideon has to guess you're going for, right? Because wouldn't you? Might not be the most effective way to kill someone with a spear, but if you actually kill, yeah. I mean, you heard the neck crack. Oh, poor Grogu looks so drained, shall we say. Man, I love how calm Gideon always is. Gideon always seems calm and in control every time he's in here. I mean, it's an impressive display of control right there. Sportsman, yeah, the Gideon's fleet is so small. Yeah, I mean, it is incredibly small. I grant that anything too big would catch the Republic's attention, but still. And I have to get used to being in this timeline where the Empire really has crumbled insanely fast. But still. It seems to have more to do with that than anything else, I suppose. And then he probably has whatever he has spread out. Fact to, again, didn't just continue to show that that's all he cares about at this point. This line just sitting right in there. It's like, you know it's going to come back in later. And yes, obviously, it could simply be a reference in terms of setting up the sequel trilogy, or we might go ahead and touch on it more directly somewhere in the future, too. Okay, honestly, anybody ever trust Gideon here in this moment? Anyone? Yeah. Dang. Just watching the fury of his fight go through here. Now, this surprised me right here a lot because I thought for sure this fight would be Bo-Katan versus Gideon. For sure, I thought that was how that was going to go. And so I was looking through this as we're going through, going, okay, so how are we going to get the spear back to Bo-Katan then? It's like, so misguessed that. But no, it's fun. But that said, Gideon missed some real shots that he could have taken. Heck, especially with that initial ambush shot, when he just got the Darksaber taken out by the spear on his back. It's like, oh man. That line. Well, this should be interesting. Now, who at this point doesn't go, wow, that's been incredibly quick. It's been, what, it's 24 minutes? And Gideon's already defeated? You can't say you're not going, wow. And of course, we all know the Dark Troopers only got ejected into space, and they can move in space. But still. And yes, yeah, girl, exactly. So far up on the villain list because he has that plan. It's a win either way. And what he knows about the culture. Although, yes, we can argue that there are other potential issues, but that's a different matter. I think more importantly here is also the audience you have in front of you, though. Yeah, exactly. Sport 10 on the Dark Troopers. Heck, on top of that, we've seen it already. They showed it back to us back in the tragedy. So yeah, as I said, we most certainly know that that ability exists. God, Gideon is just loving this so much right now. Yeah. Oh man, the palpable threat of them coming back on board. I liked it actually. It's like the dubstep. It's like, nah, I like the music. It worked for me. Exactly. I thought it was fitting for the Dark Troopers. It worked. I mean, it's kind of just that side of you built these Dark Troopers up as being so incredibly badass and powerful, and what the heck are you gonna do? And by the way, that was sloppy. Leaving Gideon next to a blaster is just sloppy as hell. Understandable, you're kind of, you know, you panicked a little bit there knowing the Dark Troopers were coming. But still, sloppy as hell. But see, look at Grogu. I mean, dang, how much blood did they take out of Grogu? I mean, he's so bloody tired, the poor little guy. But yeah, just gotta do this. Dark Troopers. Close the blast doors. Close the blast doors. Open the blast doors. Open the blast doors. Don't mind me. You're just watching that going, yeah. But I'm also going, dang, what was your guys' exit plan? You didn't plan to be on here very long, and you knew you had Dark Troopers to deal with, and your only plan was to close the door. So it's like, dang, what the heck was your exit plan? Yes, we don't know what happened to the blood. I'm pretty sure it's not on this cruiser, though. Just making a guess that it got off of here to wherever it needed to go. Whether that be Exegol or anywhere else, of course. Or say, Camino. But it's also interesting. All the guesses on where are we going with the maps and whatnot. The answer? We're in space. Just kind of amuses me. Heck, I got into that whole question of where the map might have been showing too, and nah, middle of nowhere. God, look at Gideon. I mean, Gideon is almost giddy that the Dark Troopers are coming through. Huh? And this, I admit, my very first thought was New Republic, and then it's only one X-Wing? One X-Wing, it's gotta be, right? It's like, oh, so cool. I said there were theories there, to be sure, but I mean, did you really think they'd go that way, or just, hope, right? And Grogu's reaction, giving you, if you need any more hint on what's going on, Grogu's reaction is huge right there. And the Dark Troopers just stop. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love Gideon. This is the first time you start to see him starting to get a little apprehensive over here, too. Because what would cause all of my bloody dark troopers to stop trying to barge in here? What could cause that? And then you. Oh, oh, so cool. Just look at him mowing through them. It's like, oh, dang. And there's fear on Gideon's face. How could you not be? Oh, man. Oh, it's only the second time I've seen this, but I wanted to watch it again. Don't get me wrong. Definitely wanted to watch it again. Oh, man. Heck, I was up far too late last night just because I couldn't go to bed after having seen all of this. But hey. Oh, it's so cool. Oh, yes, and see the one glove. Yes. Jeez. Again, just the power going through this. It's like, oh, yeah. And Gideon completely desperate here. He's got nothing. At this point, I just want to get back. Yeah. Oh. Grogu coming up to the screen right there. Oh, yeah, that's great. Yeah. All the dark troopers turn. That's gonna do you a lot of good. I mean, I made a comment about Din getting outclassed left and right this season. You can't get any more outclassed than this. That's it. That's peak outclassed. And has said, he gets this hallway scene right here. Look at that. Oh, it's great. I love Grogu too here on the screen. Dang. Oh, and this. Oh, yeah. Just the power of the Force. I mean, you could have just sliced through him. But, I mean, it's almost showing off or just showing his skill a bit there just to crush it. Also, the sadness of that. Fights a lot like Anakin. Well, I mean, this is Luke at a strength you haven't seen him before. This is not Return of the Jedi Luke. This is 5 years later and that much stronger and more skilled at this point. Oh, Giger, you were in shock. I didn't think they would go this route. I mean, I certainly didn't. Sure, the possibility was out there. Oh, so cool. Just removing the hood. Oh, I love it. Finally getting to see his face back here again in Star Wars. No kidding. Man. And by the way, the point technology has gotten in terms of actually doing this with the faces, it's like, I've heard some people make a comment on that. The talent without training line. Certainly I've heard a few comments on that one. But yeah, I'm just going to hear Mark Hamill speak here again, or sorry, as Luke. It's like, ah. By the way, I want my Luke Skywalker show. Yes, please, please. Give me a Luke Skywalker show. This. Oh, and he's just holding up his hand. Just. Oh, your heart just breaks a little right there for. And this being where Din's come to and where what the relationship is between these two characters. I love it. This. And Din, not even caring, he's showing his face to everyone out here. Just because of that connection that he and Grogu have. Yeah. I did the first time. Heck, I got a couple this time, just a little, but yeah. I certainly shed a tear the first time there on that. It's like, and R2. Which is so cool. I've heard some people question whether R2 might have actually known Grogu at one point. Who knows? Like, look at R2! And Luke. And maskless over it. Oh, anyway. At the very least, R2 knew Yoda, if nothing else. Ooh, yeah. I mean, Din right there, he's broken. You just see it on him. Everybody back behind. Last look at Grogu being carried by Luke over there. And then back to Din. And that. Oh. This music too right here. Oh man. A little nod. Oh. Man. Oh. And then you get to watch this co-starring list here. One heck of a cast list you have with all the people that were in this one, huh? Wow. Yeah, of course, we're second viewing the after credits scene too. We can't not do that. It's like we got a little bit to go there. That'll get back to this as I keep bringing myself back out of this episode, right? Dang. You also notice there's no art here at all during this, which wouldn't have fit. I love how they don't give us a catharsis after that ending. They leave us sitting right there, letting that just hit and soak in. It's like, It's like you have to get through these credits before you get any kind of catharsis in a shift. It's like, but until then, whew, dang. uh, let's look at some of your comments in here. Let's see, where was I? Oh, being outclassed just means you have room to grow. True. Not that you'll ever get to a Luke or Ahsoka level. I mean, that's just kind of on a different power level altogether for you. But yeah. Well, we're gonna have to wait a second now. I'll get back to your comments. But as soon as you see that, even before Jabba's Palace, you know where we are. I'm sorry, the binary stars right there. No question. Deserty planet, binary stars, we're on Tatooine. Oh, and this, it's Bib Fortuna, and he's gotten so incredibly fat. Look at that. I love that Bib Fortuna actually was able to take over with Jabba gone. Huh? Although I'm not sure he's the biggest, baddest crime lord on Tatooine at this point anyway. Because didn't we get a comment in Chapter 9, something about some other people, right? I think. It's like, just look at them mowing through as they come in. God, just your chain. What else can you do, right? Fennec Shan again showing just, yeah, how badass she is, right? Dominic, yeah, I like the look of, fat Bib Fortuna as well. I mean, it just really fits us. Yeah, he's gotten soft and been sitting in this life too long, huh? Mm-hmm. That's Boba. Not wasting any time on talking with him. Nothing else. Dead. Post-credit scene right here. I just love Fennec just grabbing the ale. I mean, obviously this was meant to be a picturesque poster shot right here, and hell, they succeeded. The Book of Boba Fett. And when? December 2021. Okay, there's so much to talk about right here. So bloody much to talk about. Well, speaking of as wallpaper, I mean, could do this. Screenshot, I didn't took it up for you. Need to find a good screenshot of Luke at some point, but that's another matter. Sadly, I guess as I'm sitting here, I kind of block most of it, but it's there. Wow, there is so much to talk about. Oh, man, is there. Let's talk about that post-credit scene afterwards. I'm going to jump back first. I'll catch your comments here that I didn't catch. And then just jump in. Let's see. Where the heck were we? Oh, yes. Giancarlo's acting in that moment, and then the look when he heard Jedi was awesome. Oh, yeah. I mean, if just further confirmation that he wasn't scared of Din. He had his plan. You want him looking scared. That's him looking scared, was seeing Luke coming, or hearing that Luke was coming, knowing who Luke is by reputation, because who the heck doesn't at least know by reputation who Luke is? Yeah. As far as the character didn't say anything, when Luke showed up, again, for two reasons I'm fine. A, there just wasn't time in some of those moments to really break for that kind of thing. And B, who knows? Again, all of them would have an idea of who Luke is. Just an idea of the legend of Luke at the very least. Let's see. Oh, yes, and then the one glove, yep. Fighting a lot like Anakin from 3. I think I did respond to that comment. Yeah, but just how much more powerful Luke is now and more skilled and refined. Oh, I didn't realize how much I missed Luke Skywalker until I saw him again, Maximilian. Yes. Whew. Well, I've said it before, so you guys all know, but I'm going to take these off, by the way. So you guys all know, but I certainly have read a lot of the EU, what is now Legends, so... Oh, man, I've missed Luke for quite some time, because Luke is so central to those books, so powerful, and... well, Luke is this. Yeah. Let's see. The moments added to awesome hallway scenes in Star Wars. Yes, indeed. Hallway scenes. Total Vader move like when he crushed the medical droids in Episode 3. Uh-huh. Let's see. Damn right he is the Jedi. Well, certainly at this point. Although I have an interesting debate. I had this thought go through my head. Luke versus Ahsoka. Who would win if they actually were fighting no holds barred? I actually think I might give the edge to Ahsoka. Luke has more raw power, and he's more skilled and trained by this point 5 years later. But Ahsoka has a lot better training. I mean, it feels... If you were to pair off Ahsoka versus Luke, I think it would be similar to Obi-Wan versus Anakin in your Episode 3 timing, just in terms of raw power versus the actual skill and training, which is interesting, but completely neither here nor there. Anyway, another matter entirely. Dominic, it's the actual Mark Hamill, and that surprised me the most. Oh, by the way, I guess I can put your guys' chat up over here. I hadn't done that. I should. Anyway, it's like, yeah. I mean, if you're going to bring Luke in, you gotta, right? Keep saying that for Rey. Something else there. Oh, yeah. That. The CGI looks better than in Rogue One. Yeah, it certainly does. Oh, I'm not going to say it's perfect. Not going to say it's perfect at all, but I don't care. To be honest, I don't care if there's a little imperfection. It certainly didn't take me out of it. So, as I said, that technology is just going to keep getting better and better, and the things we are going to see because of it. Oof. Like maybe a Luke Skywalker show. Let's see. Goodbye. Yeah, made me cry. I responded to that. Do I think R2 and Grogu have met before? Yeah, I think I touched on that while we were there, and I was like, it's possible. I mean, they certainly might have. After all, we know Grogu was in the Jedi Temple. Certainly they could have met before. And as I said, if not, R2 at least knows Yoda, so there's at least that connection. Grogu's maybe right just because he's shiny. But yeah, no, it could be that he knows R2 too. Why didn't give the ball back to him? I mean, it might have been a nice touch if there had been a chance to do it. But I don't know. I don't know if it would have broken the mood too much too. That might be the reason altogether. But as far as in show, I think it's fully understandable that he doesn't think about it at that moment. And hey, it saves something for somewhere later down the line when he does end up seeing Grogu again, which is going to happen. I mean, it's got to happen. We don't give that line in there and say that and not have the two eventually see each other again. So there's a chance to go give that ball. And also that ball will kind of be like this keepsake remembrance of Grogu until that point in time, right? Yeah. Thought at least one of them got captured. Well, I don't think we tend to shy as much away from killing over here. But let's see. I think the decisions of Filoni moving new the episodes in Clone Wars and Rebels, to not do traditional credits. Oh, in terms of not actually having the art this time? Yeah. Also, when you have such a powerful piece, it's far more impactful if you don't show any art or don't do anything to take people out of that moment. It's just like where you take music out entirely and just leave it silent sometimes. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Yeah, Ahsoka has the skill, Luke the power, yep. Yeah, that was kind of my thought there. Experience and training, but they are both absolute beasts. Yeah. I mean, everybody else that we know from this show pales in comparison to either of the two of them. Either of them. I don't know, maybe we can jump 500 years into the future and go see Grogu later once he's actually a powerful Jedi, right? Probably not 900, because look as good he will not. Okay. So yeah, this episode, I mean, in so many ways surprised me. Heck, I expected a cliffhanger, too, and we did anything but that. We ended this really quick when it came to it, and there was so much that happened in this episode. Wow. Dang, there was so much that happened. Wow. Dominic, the question is, what will happen in Season 3, maybe a new Siege of Mandalore? Okay, so, theory time here, right? Because none of us know, and we've been given a really interesting set of information as far as what's been revealed here. So, also, I've got to say, Din's story arc, his character arc, we're pretty much done with the main thrust of his character arc. Him taking that helmet off the way he did there, he's done with the watch. He's not going back after that. That's it. He has made his decision. He has changed. He is not the Din Djarin we knew back in episode 1. Back in chapter 1. He very much is not that person anymore. And so here's the other thing. We know that the season 3 of Mandalorian, back on the Disney Investor Day, it was announced the exact day that's coming out. Because Kathleen Kennedy said it's Christmas Day 2021, so that is December 2021. Now, if you noticed, the time frame of getting our Book of Boba is December 2021. So it looks like Season 3 is the Book of Boba Fett, and we just finished the 16 chapters of the Book of Din Djarin. To be honest, I'm going to be surprised if that's not the case at this point. Again, the time frame of both being December, the fact that we never had a Boba Fett show announced, etc., etc. I guess maybe there's still something going on behind the scenes, and maybe they're still debating or figuring it out. Hope Disney clarifies it soon. I certainly hope Disney clarifies it soon. Well, Geek Girly say there's room for character growth. Sure, there's always room for character growth. But I don't think it doesn't fit for me for Din to go that direction. I see Din more in the retiring side rather than going that direction. Could you go there? Sure. Sure, we could go there. But it's just not what I feel. I feel like that's the other half of where he's changed as a character, is that he's not at that kind of spot anymore. Din Djarin back in chapter 1, that Din Djarin, he probably would have been fighting for the Watch to go ahead and make sure they had the supremacy in going back and taking Mandalore. But that was Din Djarin back in for the first chapter. That's not who he is at this point anymore. But yeah, so I said I think it's done. I don't think we're done seeing him by any means. Heck, we've also got him still having the Darksaber at the moment too, amongst other things. But I think we're done. I think we're moving on to Boba Fett here, and we'll have the Book of Boba Fett. And if I have to make a guess further, I am going to guess seasons 1 and 2 are going to be here Book of Din Djarin, seasons 3 and 4, Book of Boba Fett. And I'm guessing why we never heard anything about a Bo-Katan show, considering how this ended, is that we're eventually going there. I mean, the advantage of having the show named The Mandalorian, well, there are lots of Mandalorians that could be about, right? Whether they originally intended to do this back in season 1 or when they made the decision, now that's an interesting question that I have no idea of the answer to. Which would be interesting to hear about, the behind the scenes on that too. But I could see, say, seasons 5 and 6 be the Book of Bo-Katan. I said, Bo-Katan's story, I don't want to wait years to see it, but as I said, I also shouldn't be shoved in and squeezed into Boba's storyline. So that's my guess right now. I don't know. Certainly, there's also all those rumors that were floating around, and we can also make our guesses about what's going on with all that, but I don't know that I feel like jumping into those waters right there. Who the heck knows? But regardless, again, with the December timeline, unless you're going to run both Boba Fett and a Din Djarin Mandalorian at the same time, I don't see Disney doing that. Disney loves spreading their things out. And the only other way that works is you put Boba Fett out and only do like 3 episodes? Something like that? Because we said Christmas of 2021 would go ahead and be that, which, let's see, Christmas 2021 is the 25th. I guess you could have a 4-episode Boba Fett thing before that, if you did Fridays. The 3rd, the 10th, 17th, and 24th, and then the 25th, we go ahead and put out a Din Djarin Mandalorian. But at the same time, I'd be surprised. Only 4 episodes? But it's possible. Who knows? Maybe they do 4, then they go back to a Din Djarin Mandalorian, then we come back for 4 more after the Din Djarin Mandalorian's over because they coincide to some degree or something. I don't know. Certainly there's possibilities. And as long as we don't have an official confirmation, we get to keep debating this until that happens. And heck if I know. It even makes me wonder, just because it just says Book of Boba Fett and we know the timing, if there's stuff going on behind the scenes and it's not set in stone yet. But even if it's not, the fact is you'd have to be filming whatever else already by this point. So I don't know that you could have much else going on behind the scenes either. It would be tricky. I mean, you'd be tight on your schedule to go ahead and do that. Yeah, exactly there, Obi. Mando Season 3 is Christmas next year. And this happens to be December of next year. So, therefore, are they one and the same? Or are they 2 separate things? Sorry, let's see. What else did I miss in here, sitting in here? Yeah, also see if, Din becomes a Mandalore, or if Bo-Katan continues. Again, sure, they could go that way with Din. I don't feel that's where they're going to go with the story, though. I really don't. It just doesn't feel right for his character to me. Which isn't to say they couldn't. Hey, I can always be convinced, too. Well, Obi, talking on... Yeah, there was heavy amounts of rumor and whatnot that came out about the Boba Fett show filming before Mando Season 3 was usually the story, that it had potentially bumped back Mando Season 3 filming because of that. Now, I've never heard any confirmation about a Mando Season 3 filming in any separate sense, so I don't know. Dang, I don't. Hey, we do have the Disney Gallery show coming up starting next week. Maybe we're going to get an answer somewhere in there. The thing is, we're not going to hear from Lucasfilm and Disney for a little bit. I would be surprised because they don't want to spoil everything that just happened here. So they're going to wait a little bit at least. Oh, man. And in the meantime, we're all going to be going crazy trying to figure out whether there are 2 shows coming up or just one. Let's see, something similar, with Mando, Rangers, and Ahsoka series having a similar timeline and crossing point. Yeah. Well, we know with Rangers and Ahsoka, also what was said in that Investor Day is that those 2 are going to take place during the time frame of The Mandalorian, and that they're going to build up to some big shared climatic finale type piece, which is intriguing. I'm not sure exactly how these are all pairing together, but that means to some degree that our Rangers show is probably going to also have to deal with Thrawn, I'm going to guess. Or there's going to be some connection, because otherwise I'm not sure why they're connecting, but that's going to be interesting too. Yeah. Phew. Okay, so everyone here wants a Luke Skywalker show, right? Maybe we wait a few years, let them keep refining the technology even better, right? But, give me my Luke Skywalker show now. Whew. Yeah. Oh, here's another thing, by the way. I'm going to make another prediction. We have our Book of Boba coming up. Now, guess who's always been big in Boba Fett world amongst our trio, right? Han Solo and Boba Fett have one heck of a connection. And, hey, if we can bring Mark Hamill in to play a younger Luke, think we can bring Harrison Ford in to play a younger Han Solo? I'm going to make you a bet right there. Now, if it's doing the whole season 3 and 4 and whatever, I bet that it won't be in the first one, but maybe it would be, say, season 4 of The Mandalorian, if it's that case, or season 2 of the Boba Fett thing, whichever way we want to look at it, or whatever it is. I'm guessing it would wait a little bit, but I would not be surprised to see Han Solo pop up into the Boba Fett show. I mean, he's got it, right? And if we can bring Luke back, we can bring Han Solo back. Oh, that'd be cool. Which, of course, everyone's now going to say, yeah, and what about Leia, right? Yeah, there is a question. There is a question, right? Although, if I'm going to make a guess, it's always possible. Even if Carrie Fisher isn't with us anymore. Not like we couldn't have her daughter come in. But what we really want is a Hondo show. Well, he'll spin off of the Boba Fett show, right? Or earlier, or whenever timeline-wise. And heck, for me, the last I know of Hondo still is Clone Wars, so I'm assuming he makes it all the way through Rebels, but because I've heard enough references to Hondo that I'm assuming, but... And even if he does, it doesn't mean he makes it to here, but still. Oh, sorry. Let's see. I think I missed, Geek Girl, I missed your comment there about no, they'll spread out. They could do Mando in November and Boba in December and end in January. Yeah, except they've already announced both of the shows as December. I mean, they've announced Mandalorian as December 25th, 2021, so they could change it, but rarely do you see a time frame get earlier. It's almost always later things get changed. But, yeah, it's possible. I mean, I'm not going to count anything out at this moment until we actually get an official confirmation of what the heck's going on. Guessing that Thrawn could be at Mandalore so we could get Ahsoka Bo and stuff. Interesting. I don't know that we need Bo-Katan involved with Thrawn, though. I mean, after all, we've got Ahsoka having her own show going on, so I don't think we need that. Which I've heard it's a limited series, which is kind of sad to me, to be honest. But hey, who knows? Maybe we'll have something else later, get some more Ahsoka in there, but... Let's see. Boba and Hondo do know each other. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me that they know each other to some degree, but... I mean, how do you not know Boba? And given Hondo, at least how big he was, how do you not know Hondo, right? Let's see, Mark Hamill signed a contract that they could use his likeness going forward, so Luke's show is possible. Well, it could be more than just his likeness. He can come in and certainly do the voice for Luke Skywalker, too. There's no reason he couldn't do that. Just like he went ahead and did here. I mean, I guess we still have the debate as to whether he was actually physically there and changed, too, or whether it's another person. But, but again, I mean, he's a great voice actor in the first place. I'm sure he can come in and go do that. Let's see. Give Harrison a fat check so he comes back. Oh. Can you imagine bringing Han Solo back in? And can you imagine if we actually were to get the trio back at some point? Just pop them all there? Just saying. We could find an excuse for it. Especially if there's a Luke Skywalker show. Especially then. See, talking about the Crossing Pass event that they have. Oh, yeah. Oh, gotcha. You were talking about the Crossing Pass thing, for the whole Thrawn and Mandalorian, Ahsoka and Bo. Yeah. Right. If somehow all of that climatically pops up around Mandalore at the end, that's interesting. Interesting. I don't know. I'm thinking not. I'm thinking it's going to take longer on the Mandalore piece because I think that's a Bo-Katan thing, and it's going to, and we don't have anywhere to focus on Bo-Katan in the near future. I don't know. We'll see what we see, right? Heck, if I'm not wrong, plenty of times. We know that. Han and Boba can also appear in Lando and maybe Maul. Yeah, that could be fun. As I said, it was one of the things I mentioned before is, on the other hand, maybe the Lando show also works as a bit of continuation of Solo. It's possible. I don't know. But that could be cool. And then, yeah, Mark's an amazing voice actor. Indeed he is. Dang. Mark Hamill, I'm sure, is more than willing to come back and keep doing stuff. Harrison Ford might take a little more convincing to go back and play Han Solo, given everything we've heard about Harrison Ford wanting to come back to Star Wars. But Mark? Nah, Mark's always seemed on board that way. Heck, he was part of who convinced Harrison Ford to come back, unless my memory misserves. See, Dominic, I hope Thrawn is not just the bad guy in the new shows, because he's a good guy in the new books, and they're amazing. Well, Thrawn is far too complex a character to be a simple bad guy anyway. Even, I haven't read the new books, but certainly from all the older books, he was never just a simple black and white villain. There was always so much more to him than simply being just the antagonist. Because certainly he has his reasons and his motives for what he's doing. And man, is he brilliant. And to be honest, if we've got Dave Filoni working on this especially, I'm not super worried as far as what's going to happen with Thrawn. Although, that is and there's no way Dave Filoni's not involved in the Ahsoka show. I think that's pretty straightforward. I don't know what the overarching piece is as to who's in control of these different shows, though there are so many shows coming out. And I don't know what the talking is between people and how people are coordinating this and making sure lore is going to line up. Because you've got all these different shows, you've got books, you've got everything else. And is somebody really doing that work? Is somebody really overseeing it? That's what worries me the most, to be honest. Hopefully somebody is. Because if not, then we can get a mess. Yeah, as you said, Sports, I believe he's supervising at least 4 shows. Well, from what we've heard, I said both Dave and John are working on the Mandalorian spin-offs. So that means they'll have Mandalorian 3, they'll have both Rangers and Ahsoka, and then Dave, of course, is going to be working on Bad Batch. So yeah, I mean, that's 4 for Dave. But even then, you know how many different things we have coming up? I mean, dang. I mean, this is, again, we have all of this coming up. Now, Acolyte would probably be handled by whoever's coordinating all the High Republic stuff and all the books and whatnot back there, I'd imagine. But I have no idea who works on things like, say, Obi-Wan and Lando and Andor, and make sure that all three of these are lining up well enough. Because those are all in that kind of time frame there, and I don't know. I also don't know Rogue Squadron here. Who's making sure that Rogue Squadron fits in with everything that we've got going on in Mandalorian and Mandalorian spin-off shows and fits with everything there? I don't know. Because there's got to be that coordination. It's something that the MCU is incredibly, incredibly good at. As I said, I mean, Kevin Feige is a master at making sure all of this stuff up here, gets coordinated. But Star Wars has proven itself not to be very good at that here in the Disney era so far. I don't know. I just hope somebody's doing it. Let's see. Anything else I really missed in here? Oh, I hope he's on the Obi-Wan show. Yeah, as I said, again, hopefully somebody's making sure everything's working together. And Geek Girl, yeah, I know what you mean, but I hope that they have Dave over the lore with Feige's support. Yeah, well, as I said, I hope Dave is up over the lore too. As I said, that's definitely my hope. He seems to be the best torchbearer as far as the lore is concerned. And as far as really, making sure everything's got that coordination. Let's see. Well, bye, Obi. Catch you next time around. Maybe pop back in for the live stream in a couple days. If so, I'll see you then, and we'll go watch. As I said, we'll go ahead and watch some Prep and Landing. Or, again, I'm thinking Sundays after that. I'll start live streaming Sunday or Saturday. Start live streaming the Mandalorian, the Disney Gallery Season 2 on that one. Because, again, Friday at midnight when we're talking Christmas Day and New Year's Day just does not seem like a good plan for anyone involved. But yeah, as I said, let me know if you guys think that's a great idea and you have a preference on Saturday, Sunday, or whatever time. Let me know. When would you like me to go ahead and live stream and watch through the Disney Gallery Mandalorian, and I'll watch it with you guys here. So let me know what you think on that. Let's see, Sportan. The tie-in stuff pretty good as well here. The last episode we had a reference to Star Wars Battlefront 2 campaign with Operation Cinder. No, they have been doing a heck of a job of tying different things in. Especially the video games. Anyway. I mean, there's still so much in the books that hasn't really popped up yet. But yeah, the video games have popped in a number of ways. And hey, if we do get a Luke Skywalker show, might be a chance to see some of those other Jedi who survived all the way through until then. Maybe then we'll actually get to see some of them. Say a Kyle Katarn, a Corran Horn, a Cal Kestis. Just saying. Amongst others. Could be an interesting chance to get to see some of that. Okay. Wow, what a finale. I'm just going to go ahead and see. Can I do that? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Anybody else got anything else to say right there? Before we go drop off and I don't see you again for a couple days or so. Oh, and for those of you who are with me on Rebels, yes, that video has been really delayed in coming out, but it's coming out shortly. Very shortly. So, look forward to that too. I'll see a lot of you over there too, I know that. Fallen Order sequel? Yeah, true. Okay. Well, I'm not seeing a whole lot more in the chat, so I will go ahead and probably call it here. So, everybody, it's that time, and I'll see you again maybe in a couple days. See you in the comments, certainly. At the very least, I will definitely be seeing you here and there. So, for now, have a magical day, and may the Force be with you. Always.